Hey guys, so wanted to do a video on my cruise binder. So this is one of the things that I ended up with so many papers that I wasn't sure what to do with all of them, and so I decided that a binder would be the best thing to do. I have my luggage tags in here. I have my lanyard. I have my itinerary, my cruise ticket, my boarding pass. I have calling instructions for my phone on which numbers to use in the different countries that we're going to be in. I have my travel insurance and all of the conditions and phone numbers and stuff for that. I have my receipts. I have, for each of the ports, I printed out a map and I printed out places that I wanted to go, so with their addresses and the map, so that I have, like, I want to do some thrifting, so some secondhand stores in all of the different countries, and I want to write some letters to grandkids and kids, so I actually put in paper and envelopes in here so I could write letters as well and send those off in the different countries. So each of the ports has a binder thing. I've got all of my reservations for my Airbnbs. I've got my reservations for the airplane, my itineraries for that. I'm still adding different things in here, but it's also going to be used. There will be a lot of classes on board. This is a 17-day cruise, so cooking classes, financial advising classes, all kinds of different things that they're going to be offering on board. So this will give me a binder, a pen, so I can take notes. I can add, the handouts that they give us for recipes, all of those kinds of things. I can actually use this for. So just kind of wanted to go over that. I still have not decided what to take for my quarantine package in case we get quarantined, because there's a huge reaction right now to this coronavirus, and people are somewhat overreacting to anybody with a fever, and it's flu and cold season, so the chances of 6,500 people being on a vessel for 17 days and not one person getting a fever or a cold, the chances of somebody getting a cold or the flu or something like that that's not the coronavirus on board for a 17-day cruise that's crossing the Atlantic, which is probably going to have some cold weather, is probably pretty slim. So it's a possibility that we might actually end up in quarantine. So I am taking a little quarantine package or little care thing for myself. Most of it's apps, so airplane mode games, an e-reader from my local library where I can check out books using my library number, which make sure you take your library number because you have to enter that in. And I believe that I'll have to get the names of those apps, but I'll put it on the comment section below. Actually all the apps that I use I'll put up below. I have a Google app that I can actually aim my camera at any of the menus in all of the countries, anything that's text that is a different language, newspapers, things like that. I can use my Google picture translator to actually translate anything that's written in a different language, and it easily identifies whatever language it is that it's looking at. So that's a huge thing. My offline translators for Italian, French, and Spanish, Spanish, I put on there. The airplane mode games are important. They use no data, no Wi-Fi. The e-reader, big deal. I also made a list on Facebook of all of the different things that you can do if you are quarantined in your room or in a hotel or wherever you're at for a long period of time. I put a Nike training app on my phone so that I can have video workouts offline. So if I want to work out in my room, which is really important, you guys, if you get sick, that you, in order to keep from getting pneumonia, that you're moving constantly and moving all of that stuff that's in your lungs out of there. So I can't stress to you how important it is to get your heart rate up and to move that stuff out. So working out in your room, big thing. And the Nike has the little videos that you can do for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. So what else did I do? Baby dolls. So I collect reborn dolls, and I like to role play. It is something that's, if you don't know about reborns, you're probably going, what? A baby doll and an adult? YouTube it, look at reborn box openings, reborn outings, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not going to try and explain it or defend myself. But basically trying to decide on whether or not I'm going to bring one. If I'm stuck in a room for 14 days without being allowed to leave, my mental health is more concerning as a possible problem with being locked in a very small room with no windows for 14 days on a ship. So yes, the reborn would be more important to me than an N95 respirator mask. But I don't necessarily want to take a reborn on a cruise and overseas adventure just to be doing outings or the normal reborn stuff. That's not what this vacation's about. I wasn't really planning on turning that into that. I really want to immerse myself with the people and not separate myself from people. And a lot of times I use the reborns to be able to go out on outings, and it's kind of like a barrier, honestly. It's somewhat of a thing that I share that I love, because they don't really know that they're a doll because they're in a stroller or car seat or whatever. And it's, got a blanket over it. So nobody really knows that it's a doll in there. It's just something, it's a way of me going out and having a friend to go out with that's not really a friend, that's a doll. But it gives me, some company. So still debating on whether or not to take a doll. And actually, I'll show you one real quick. So this is Genevieve, and Genevieve is a reborn, and you can kind of see she looks very real. It is, basically a real looking child. So for you moms and empty nesters out there, for your moms, you're probably going, what in the world? You empty nesters, you probably already know what I'm talking about as far as missing babies and your children and kind of reliving in that time period when it was like amazing, when you had your children at home. So yeah, so I haven't decided about that yet. But anyway, you guys hit the subscribe, like, if you like this thing, and hopefully I'll be bringing either some more tips. This is only my second cruise, so and it's my second solo cruise. I've never done one with somebody else, so my husband does not like cruises, and I am a person that needs to vacation 4 times a year, just to kind of keep myself motivated and that kind of thing. He prefers to do 2 5-day vacations a year, and he's good with that. He doesn't like a lot of change. He doesn't like a lot of interruption in his schedule. So, and he's fine with me doing this, and I'm fine with doing shorter vacations with him that are amazing. So we are planning on doing a vacation together in June, going to Mexico. So he's gonna get to go someplace as soon as I get back. But anyway, hit the like, the subscribe, and the little bell if you want notifications when I upload another one. And I will keep you guys informed on how this goes. 3 weeks abroad in the middle of a silly panic with this virus. If this virus is what they're saying it is, then I don't know why they're acting so crazy. Their words are not consistent with their actions. So the statistics are not consistent with the way that they're acting. So that is a concern, because I'm not sure if the statistics are wrong or if they're underplaying what's going on by mouth and then reacting correctly, or if they're reacting incorrectly and the statistics are correct. So not sure where the disconnect is, but what can you do, guys? You're always at risk at something. You're never promised tomorrow. In the country of the United States, we live fully, absolutely fully, until we're not alive. So that's how I plan to do it. So you guys have a great day, and let me know if there's something that you want me to talk about or you want to know about while I'm traveling. If you think that there's something that you want to see on the ship, it's going to be the Costa Luminosa. I will also be in Nice, France for 4 days. Portugal, I'll be in Malaga, Marseille, San Juan, Antigua, Tenerife, and I know they just closed the hotel in Tenerife for an actual case of the coronavirus. So we'll see if we actually get to stop in some of these ports or not. But let me know if there's something that you want to know or that you want to see. Thanks.